Hi, I'm Panda Man from Team Limitless, and this is going to be the Bermuda Triangle deck profile.
With me, Ben Trevor.
Right. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the similarities in our decks, and we're also going to point out the differences because, you know, they're the same plan, but there's many different ways of running them, and we're going to show you right now. I'm going to start by going over my grade 0 lineup, and our main difference is our starting Vanguard. I start with Weddle, which is the when it moves to the soul for a free action, you can bounce one card back to the hand, which is a good idea for me because it's an instant plus if I have a Rio or a Karine on the rear guard.
And I run the Riviera Evolution, which is basically the key of my deck. It helps me go from grade 1 to 2 to 3, and it gives me a nice 11k base at the end of it with my grade 3.
Alright. In my trigger lineup, I run 4 draw, 4 stand, 4 heal and 4 crit. They are all of the drive quartet, so when they are all placed together they boost each other, which can help you set up a 14k column, which is like, you know, it can help every now and then. It's pretty situational, but if I do have the grade 3 laner in hand, I will throw them all down and return them to hand to be used as guard power once more.
Whereas I decided to go for a more consistent trigger lineup with 5 draw, 7 crit and 4 heal, because that gives me a stronger aggro aspect with the crits, and 5 draws to help my hand, because I don't need to stand in this deck. The stand does not help the column.
My grade 1 lineup, I run 4 of the perfect guards, 3 Pearl Sisters grade 1, the 4 8k vanillas, and the turquoise blue Tyria. I can use this for some early return to hand as well. It can put some guard pressure down, especially if I'm just on grade 2. I could like throw some guard down because they know that I don't want to get the pluses out of Rio. The 8k vanillas are in there to just make sure I can bulk up my numbers because Bermuda Triangles aren't particularly the strongest deck. And the Pearl Sisters alongside the grade 2. I only run 3 of them because they run out of use pretty early, but if you can get them off, it tends to work.
Basically, the only difference between our grade 1 lineup is I run the Evolution, whereas he finds more use in the additional bouncing back. Also, there's a difference with the Pearl Sister here and the AK Vanilla. Our numbers are kind of switched around.
Yeah.
Because I like to reinforce Perla with her laser skill.
So let's go over my grade 2s real quick. I have 3 of my grade 2s. I have the Girls Rock Rio, the Mermaid Idol Flute, Top Idol Aqua, and Pearl Sisters Perla. As I said before, Perla is used very well with the grade 1, but I find that I tend to go for the higher numbers just to keep my Bermudas backed up with some aggro. Running 3 of the Aqua just to make sure that if I can call anything to replace when, like, you know, the more strong cards come out, I can put Rio in the back just to make sure I've got something to bounce back, whereas I've got a 10k swing. Flute is a bit of a late game card because she's only an 8k base, but she can hit an 11k, so any of those pesky grade 3 evolutions and 11k bases can get hit.
Again, the main difference between our grade 2 lineup is I run the Evolution, but I also kind of go for more around the Pearl Sisters because I kind of like the combos with the bouncing back. That's basically why I run 4, because it gives me more options to hit into it. Helps me draw into it more.
Right, finally we come to my grade 3s. I have 3 of the Bermuda Princess Lena, who is my main Vanguard. I've got Top Idol Flores, who I attempt to get on rear guard, and Rainbow Light Karine, which is also which is the grade 3 version of Rio. Once Rio starts to get a bit bullied, I can just let her die or use her for as an intercept as a guard, and then throw these down instead. They hit for a bit more, and they still have the same effect. And I don't really seem to see her getting on the Vanguard very much, so it's very useful to just run 2 of them. 2 of the Flores because she's only useful on rear guard, 3 to make sure I can get the laner on Vanguard.
Basically, my grade 3 arm is kind of limited because I need as many of the grade 3 Evo Riviera because of the Persona Blast. The Persona Blast is kind of important because it's a bit of a mini soul saver. It supplies power to my rear guards, which can kind of help me hit for more. But once it gets to more late game, I kind of feel that I need the support of Lena, because that can help me get Rio's skill off more and can help me re-sort my field out if I've had to mix things up. And that can also help me hit for higher numbers more late game and hopefully push on for game.
Yeah, laning skill is very useful when you've got Pearl Sisters on the field that are in different places, so you can replace them back down, give them back the skill for the turn. And it's also very good if, like I said, I've got 3 Rio and 2 of the Rainbow Lights, so I can tend to fill up the field and get a lot of the counter blasts done quickly.
So that's the difference between our 2 Bermuda decks. They both work very well, and we're glad you paid that attention to our video.
Thanks a lot.
Are you ready?
Alright, I'll start.
Jack's a bit to fail. He said, "Oh no, I won't."